Welcome back to another video, guys. We're going to be covering some Mortal Kombat 11 footage here from the Kombat Kast reveal that happened a couple days ago. And I've removed all of the creator commentary stuff. It's just going to be gameplay to make it move a little quicker. And this is the Kabal reveal. That was the most major thing of this Kombat Kast. And I think it looks pretty badass. The variations in this game are freaking awesome. But there's Kabal in all his glory. And a lot of arenas that we haven't seen before are showing up in this Mortal Kombat. Kano in the background there. So obviously he was in the game, you know, people kind of knew he was going to be in the game just because he was in the background. And of course they revealed him already, but they haven't shown any actual gameplay footage. This level looks kind of cool. It's kind of like a portal, only I think that looks like a stage fatality in the background. This reminds me of the Wastelands. And Kabal definitely plays like old school Kabal. That reminds me of the Flesh Pits. So, very similar looking levels here, arenas. Not really sure what they are or where they're at in the timeline of Mortal Kombat, but they're definitely good looking arenas. This is a Tarkatan level, you can see them in the background. And this looks like a gambling stage, kind of like a UFC or something like that. Maybe some black market. Obviously it's got Kano in the background, so he's probably the bartender. But look at all this footage of Kabal just ripping the shit out of frickin' Sub-Zero. This fatality is awesome. Drags him on the ground, going Sonic speeds, and then warps. Freaking awesome. Can't wait for this game to come out. I'll be doing a lot of videos on it, on both gameplay and any other feature that they include with it. And there's Kabal in all of his glory yet again. So they showed a lot of gameplay factors here, and I'm just going to kind of go over each one so you guys can kind of see what they revealed and my thoughts on it. So his sword, hook blades, whatever you want to call those things, they're a vital role in Kabal's gameplay, and they showed that he's got very good reach, and that's what they're demonstrating here, is just kind of the hit radius is ridiculously long, and the combo system is still intact, but they said the combos don't do as much damage. It's more about your vital blows, or whatever those are called. That's the most important factor of the game, is when you use them and how you use them. And he's got his spin there still. Kabal apparently is one of the easier characters to play as, is what they were talking about. Sub-Zero looks badass in this as well. I'm digging the costumes and the stances, the graphics, all that good stuff. Graphically, it doesn't look that much better than Mortal Kombat X, but that's expected. They just kind of revamped the gameplay and, you know, just continued from the last game. So yeah, they're just kind of showing off your different combo systems, different combos you can do and what they do, different throws, all that good stuff. And then they're going to show different variations. Apparently you can slot your character with about 3 different variation items, and you can use those in combat. So you can mix and match to make your character unique, and I think there is a massive amount of items to choose for each character. I haven't really played Injustice 2, but I know that they're taking a lot of elements from that game. So if you guys have any more to add to that, put it in the comments below and tell me exactly how those combo systems work. But yeah, this game really plays like Mortal Kombat 9 to me, and probably a little better than Mortal Kombat X. Now, I never did any videos for Mortal Kombat X at all, and that was kind of the PC experience I had. The PC version was the one that I played more than anything when it came out, and it was just a bad port. And I had played so much of it in a bad way, you know, with bad gameplay and just all the issues they were having, that by the time the Xbox version got into my hands, I was already done with it. So that was kind of not really NetherRealm's fault, but the company they outsourced it to. Obviously, people were not happy about it, and they're doing that again with Mortal Kombat 11, but I'm just not going to buy it. I'm not going to buy the PC version. I'll be getting the Xbox One version, along with a new arcade stick and a new HD PVR, so I can record directly from the Xbox. This footage is taken directly from YouTube, so it's authentic from NetherRealm on their Twitch stream. And it was about an hour-long stream. Pretty informative stuff, especially going over how the characters play. Obviously they do this all day long, so they know what's going on. So they're kind of showing off the distance of his hook swords from a start of a match. You can just take like a step forward and hit the other character immediately. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen the original video of this, make sure you go watch it. It's very, it was a good reveal, I think, of Kabal, and more footage. Apparently they're going to be doing this once a week or once every 2 weeks. NetherRealm is very involved in Twitter. I like that throw, by the way. Just bash him in the ground and catch him in the air a few times. They're very active on Twitter. Ed Boon's always on there, like every day, saying something crazy to the fans and trolling. He's a troll. And look how quick they go through the menus. They just fly through it. But these fatal blows, they look cool. They're like the X-rays, but a little quicker. There's not as much lag between the movements. So here they're kind of showing the wake-up attacks of Kabal. He's got some anti-air attacks, and then some direct attacks that don't do that much damage, but are unblockable. And apparently Kabal can combo off of his spin move, which is the Nomad spin, or the Nomad something. And there's no meter burn when he does it. I can't wait to customize these characters and make them unique to how I'm going to be playing them. And that'll keep the game fresh, giving the characters different looks based on your taste. I'm just wondering if you can make like the top different colors than the bottom. And a lot of people have been thinking that they're going to include Shaolin Monks 2, which is the whole Fire and Ice Shaolin Monks sequel. I think it would be great if they included it in this game versus a standalone game. It would be a great additional item to add to keep the game fresh, and obviously giving you more bang for your buck. I think they're going to do it personally because they really haven't gone over a lot of the features of the game. They just kind of went over, the characters. And as you can see at the bottom, there's defensive meters as well. So there's 2 meters this time. So they're showing this combo here with the spin into the ground. It's basically an ender. That's how you would end your combo. Little lag here from the original video. Yeah, these arenas are really awesome. It looks like Kano's at the bar. I'm not sure what that is back there. But yeah, very cage fighty, kind of rugged, on the street type of thing. And this looks like it's in a cavern or below the street. That's one thing that fighting games really have to have right these days, is the attention to detail in their level design. I haven't played Street Fighter V, but the attention to detail in that game and the bang for your buck and just all of the freeze frame end movements that they do really makes Street Fighter V a good looking game, and I think that that's the standard, to be honest. So they've kind of taken some cues from Street Fighter V in this, and actually Street Fighter 4 as well. When you win a match, either with a fatality or not, your character goes into a slow motion pose of a sort. That is very Street Fighter. And I like it. I think it's a good idea, especially when there's blood in a freeze frame motion. So they're showing his little blade that he throws from Mortal Kombat 3 here, and they actually gave it a context history, saying that it's basically a black market, black dragon equipment, and in this one you can throw it straight into the ground or diagonal, and you can throw two of them right there with the EX version. And basically it is faster than any projectile in the game, so you can actually do a nomad dash right when you throw it, assuming that it's going to be quicker than their projectile. So they're kind of going over that stuff right now here. And I think Kabal's costume's cool. He's got the whole breathing apparatus thing going on, and they'll show his gas attack here pretty soon, which also has an EX, and he's also got an air dash. Oh, and they're also saying right there that there's a dash cancel, but you have to equip that as a slot item. So if you want to do a dash cancel, if you're a more hardcore player, then you need to give up a slot to do that. That spin, by the way, that he does is kind of hilarious, but it works. And they also show Kabal with a unmasked, unburnt version. And I'm assuming that a lot of the characters in this game are going to get those variants. And I think that's really cool. I love variants in fighting games. I think that it just gives you a lot more for your money and gives the game a fresher playability. So yeah, the collector's edition comes with a scorpion helmet and a little gold medallion that you can use for your game cartridge on the outside of the case, or you can display it somewhere, wear it as a necklace, whatever you want to do. So here's the variant of Kabal with the mask off, unburnt. I'm not sure what his nationality in this is, because before he looked kind of Indian, but he was part of Stryker's police force. And this almost either looks Native American or African American. There's that air throw diagonal I was talking to you guys about earlier. A lot more versatility with his weaponry in this one. And that Sub-Zero stance they're showing off here is kind of reminiscent of the old school Mortal Kombat stance for Sub-Zero, only they kind of put his hands together more to show that ability of creating ice or creating cold with his hands. So it's kind of reminiscent of old school, but also new. I'm hoping they do old school costumes in this as well. I loved the Mortal Kombat original costumes that they put in there from MK9. That was awesome to see those Sub-Zeros and Scorpions in their old school costumes. That's a parry right there with Kabal. gives you a free combo hit if struck, which they will show. God, they fly through those menus so fast. That's our job, though, to fly through menus all day on this thing. And there's the costume variant, which looks pretty cool, I think. The whole gas factor there. And apparently the EX gas stays in the area, and the enemy can either choose to go into it and try to attack and take damage over time, or not go in it at all. So it does give you a little bit of leverage if done. I like this mask variant too for Kabal. So as they release more footage of this game, I'm definitely going to be showing off a lot more of it. They've already shown a lot of Baraka footage and Sub-Zero footage and Scorpion and Raiden footage. I might go back and do some videos on those just to keep the content fresh for you guys. But stay tuned to my channel for sure for the other Mortal Kombat 11 videos I'll be posting when the game comes out in May. Or is it April? It's either April or May. 24th, I believe. 23rd, 24th. That face. So tell me what you guys think of Mortal Kombat 11 so far, if you like what you see, if you like the character designs, if there's characters you want to see. There's a lot of videos I've seen on YouTube that show a lot of what people think is going to be on the roster, and the guy that did it didn't have D'Vorah on his list at all, and because of that, I think it's bogus. So D'Vorah they revealed, Kano they revealed, no gameplay footage of either of them yet. So here's Garrus, a sand character that also has time abilities. I think he is a servant or a counterpart to the end boss of the game, the female they showed. Forget her name. But Garrus plays like a wrestler, I think. He looks kind of like a Jax mixed with I forget who I compared him to earlier, but Jax, obviously, but these abilities he has, especially with that sand trap, you can do a forward, you can do a near and a far version of it, and a mid-level. I like the idea of the whole stone hammers coming down and smacking you. That's awesome. And his costume's pretty cool too. But yeah, new character. Oh, so I was thinking that he was more of like a mix between Jax and Kotal Kahn because of his size and his fight style. I think he's a little quicker than Kotal Kahn, which I also hope is in this game, by the way. I actually liked Kotal Kahn. A lot of people hated him. I thought he was great. But a ground pound there. Very reminiscent of Jax. By the way, I hope they do a Jax in this game, especially with, what's his face? Terry Crews as an option as the skin. that you can use. I like that throw. It's a whole backbreaker, and you can see where I'm getting a lot of the Jax references here. He just plays very similar. He's got those chops for the attacks. But a character like this, you know, that's a little slower, you gotta have a lot of abilities like this to keep them balanced. And there is the Mortal Kombat crew that is involved in this Kombat Kast. Apparently the room they're using there is a brand new room that they created. And they're going to be using it for all their Kombat Kasts from here on out. I like that move there. Kind of gets the character to the other side of the screen, more towards the corner. I like that too with the wall. Just smacks them in the head and they droop down like like water, or like a rag doll. Very cool character design though. Can't wait to see the other characters and how they look and their variations. One thing that I wanted to use with this game was the hitbox, but the hitbox is only made for the PS4 at the moment. Their website does not have an Xbox One version available. I'm sure you can get one somewhere else like eBay, but never played on a hitbox. I like the idea of how responsive it is, especially with the up, down, left, and right. It's a button, it's not a stick, but I do like my arcade stick. I have a tank stick that actually belongs in a MAME cab that's a dual 2-player stick, but for this I'm going to buy the 1-player stick from, what's that company called? Not Mad Cats. Razer. Razer has a really nice arcade stick for about 150 bucks, I believe, 130 bucks, and it's very, very nice. That is what I'll be using for this game. I like his Superman kind of jump smash. So here's his freeze ability. Freeze the opponent. Basically when it happens, the opponent can take damage and they won't move during the damage taken until after the freeze lets go. And at that point, you get a free pop-up and stuff like that, as they're showing here. So possibility for major combo damage with that move. And one thing they said about this character, Garrus, that I think is kind of cheap, but at the same time they balanced it correctly, is he can actually go back in time. So if you're getting pummeled into the ground and you want to use this ability, you can actually go back in time before you were getting your ass kicked and try again. Or if you nerfed a move completely, you can try again. And I believe you can only use it once per fight. Not per round, but per fight. So that move they're showing here brings the character in closer to you. Or not really closer to you, but closer to where it's happening. And then there's a pop-up sand move, which I think is awesome. I like that sand abilities of Garrus. So here they're showing the clock going down, and when it goes down, it erupts. So there's a time period of execution. And if the pressure's on, you can probably get him in that pretty easily for a pop-up. And Garrus also has a teleportation ability. Fatal Blow. Very X-ray reminiscent, but I'm glad they changed that up. So there's the time ability. It's able to execute the time. And the clock can even be brought back. So if people are playing lame, you can bring the clock back to give you more time. I think this outfit he's wearing in this variation is pretty cool too. It's very reminiscent of an ancient character, so I'm thinking the history of this guy is pretty intense. Can't wait to see the story. That move reminds me of Cyrax and his teleport ability. That's wicked right there. That throw. Freaking awesome. Love it. So this video is almost over. At the end they play a match against each other to see who's going to win, and it's pretty interesting, between Sub-Zero and Baraka. So here's a Fatal Blow. He's got a gauntlet that he can wear on his hand. I do like how that Fatal Blow is in a slow motion kind of freeze attack. That's awesome. Those spikes. Reminds me of Mortal Kombat 1. The way they get strung in there. It's like a mini pit. So this character, Garrus, looks really fun to play as. Just looking at him. And NetherRealm's really got their stuff together between Mortal Kombat and Injustice, and the time they've spent making these games to know exactly how they want the games to be made. And the music is awesome. You know, for these Mortal Kombat games, they've always been awesome. I actually ordered a vinyl collector's edition limited run of Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, which I'll be getting in the mail here pretty soon. But music's always been awesome. Dan's always been a good musical artist for these games. And I think it would be pretty cool if they did a John Tobias homage in this Mortal Kombat, or maybe had him come on to the team to help develop certain parts of it. Bringing him back into the Mortal Kombat realm, I think would be really cool. Just for a cameo of some sort. So there's the gauntlet he can wear. He can manifest onto his hand for some damage, and it's a chargeable move, so you can hold it down and you can cancel it out and keep charging it and basically use it at a different time. So here's that match I was talking to you guys about. Just kind of going ham on each other. I like those axes in the ground. And he's got ice knives that he can throw. His slide still has the frost around it. This arena here is freaking awesome. I love it. The old school courtyard, dilapidated and destroyed. Obviously something happened here and killed everybody. It's almost like a graveyard. Speaking of graveyard, that'd be a good level to bring back too for Mortal Kombat 3. I thought the graveyard in Mortal Kombat 3 was a later level that they put in. I think Mortal Kombat 3 had some of the best level design. And obviously these levels of designs for Mortal Kombat 9, 10, and 11 are really awesome. I like that ice wall too. Right through the hand, and then right through the damn neck. I love it. The ability to use those background props. Yeah, bringing Baraka back into this one was a good move. I like that bite ability he has. He's a very vicious character. I haven't seen his barrage yet. I'm not sure if they have that in here. They really haven't shown it. The main move I've seen in Baraka is his uppercut and his spark. Alright guys, this is pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next Mortal Kombat video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and like the video. He nerfs the fatality, by the way.